I think panelists, I think you guys gave amazing content. I loved it. Did you guys love it? Yeah? Yeah. All right. So, does anyone have any questions from the conversation that we just had? All right. We have the first question on my far right.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yeah. So my question is on the value proposition that we spoke about. So I'm very motivated by you, Zamo. I'm also 20 years old. So to see you there, it's like, yay, let's do it. Because you meet so many people and it's like, bro, you're young. And I'm like, I'm not young. So the value proposition, how do I position myself, bearing in mind, I'm studying, so I am trying to make sure that that part is sorted. But now, with all the challenges of, I wouldn't say our background or anything in particular, but does anyone understand? Okay, please answer me, because, yeah, it's in my head.
All right, if anyone understands, can you please respond to that question?
Yeah, so it's very simple. Understand your customer's problem. It's very simple. Because once you understand your customer's problem, you know what solution to offer them. And the way you communicate that solution is you tell them about the solution you have for their problem. Now, a value proposition is very unique. So if there are, let's say all four of us here are all accounting services business, and there's one customer that needs to file their business tax returns. We've got to present ourselves in a unique way. So I'll make an example with the work that we do with the book. So the problem that we're solving is that entrepreneurs need to know how to make sure their businesses survive their first 3 years of life. But that's not our value proposition. Our value proposition is that we help people preserve and achieve their dreams. You can't achieve your dreams if your business doesn't survive. Right? So if I'm an accounting services person, or if I'm a sneaker manufacturer, I give you confidence. Your regulatory compliance is on point. So you can secure your tenders, work for big companies. So value proposition is about saying, what does your solution enable your customer to achieve? That's your value proposition. I think that's the simplest way to look at it.
And to add on that, and he put it very nicely. For the sneaker, I looked at myself personally, and I said, what do I want to get out of a shoe? And I realized don't feel good about myself if the shoes don't feel right. I knew, I'll be self-conscious the whole day about my shoe if it's not the right one. And I thought to myself, if anything, I want a shoe that gives me confidence. So if I go to a customer, like he says, the value proposition comes from that space. Me myself, I understand what I want. So I want to give it to that person, understanding that they also want that thing. Now, I've done a lot of businesses. There's another business separate from this one that I started a long time ago. This is one of the most brilliant ideas, if I can pat myself on the back, that I came up with. But a couple of years ago, I realized the salon is always empty. And I asked myself, why in my salons it's always empty? Because ladies always want to do their hair. And I thought to myself, is it because they only do their hair occasionally, or they want to do their hair occasionally? And I said, no, that's not the answer. The ladies that I know, they want to do their hair regularly, right? Nobody wants to with the same hairstyle for the whole year. And I thought, so what's the problem? And I realized the problem was money. Ne? And I came up with a concept called the beauty card. The beauty card is a card where it works like a credit card. You can go to a salon and do your hair and just pay monthly. Ne? Came up with that idea. It wasn't me, I'm just making an example, which it's not always about me. It's about the customer wants. So we started that service where now we recruited our salons, our spas, and what we did, we partnered with, there's a business that funded us, we started offering Lama cards, and ladies went crazy. They were like, oh, so how about you Brazilian for 3,000 and then paid in small amounts? Yes, Tina, we paid the salon cash, and then you paid us back in small amounts, obviously with interest. So, but I'm just making that example to say, you always look at the customer, and at that time I realized, so let's offer them a solution. That's the value proposition. We are giving you a passport to e-confidence. Hey, time I don't get confidence now. So, we would be confidence. We were giving you a ticket to confidence. So, evaluate was, we know if your hair is done and you really feel good about yourself. So, that's where it starts. All right, thank you.
I think I'm going to take one more question and then we're going to move on to the competition round.
All right, thank you. My name is Enes Motlabeng, and then like I've said on my previous question, one thing I want to make an example about this puzzle shop, Mokasi. If you can go each and every Mokasi, go to Shawela, go to Kliptown, Pimville, you will find out, we have puzzle shops, Somalians are booming. Our people, I mean, South Africans, you know what? But if puzzle shops are about Lamini, it's Siafa, and then Saka, the guy next door, Kune Saka, a Somalian guy, and then it's already booming. So I've heard a lot of people will say, you know what is the problem? What makes it different? I mean, difficult for puzzle shops, Saka NS, they struggle, but Saka a guy, a Somalian person,
Okay, I'll actually attempt to answer that. You are all running, I'm actually getting the answer. You are all running a spaza shop, but people would choose to go to the Somalian spaza shop. So there's something that the South African spaza shop is not doing right. Customers, business is fair and it's a principle. We don't know the owners of Coca-Cola, but we buy that Coca-Cola because it appeals to our taste. And you can even think about it and you want to drink that Coca-Cola, not knowing whether it's a Somalian or it's a South African. So it means the South African business is not doing something to appeal to the specific customer. Then I would actually go to the Somalian. It's not, a customer doesn't really decide on who's the owner, decide on whether my service is met. So if the South African business, something is not right, they need to go back to the principle of business, and principle of business is 1, 2, 3, 4 about the customer. Customer will come.
So I think as well, we tend to underestimate a bunch of things. So you need to understand that building a business is artisanal. Okay? It's like building a house. Now, the thing that the Somalis and the Pakistanis do very well is they understand what it takes to build a business. They understand the cost of starting a business. They understand that building businesses is relationships. They understand that building a business is market research. You remember some years ago in the early 2000s, before all these puzzle shops were taken over, you get guys coming to your house with a carpet or a blanket, and they would say, hey, open my bed. But those guys were doing was market research and to build relationships and trust. Because if that guy says, I'll come every month for 6 months, you trust him. He knows how many people you now have in your household because it comes often. So when he sets up that shop, he knows how much money it's going to cost him, what he needs to stock, whether he needs to stock napkins or baby powder, because he understand his customer, he understands his research. What we tend to do on the other hand is, I'm not biscuit out three, like, yeah, you know, there's like 2 long life bills. We underestimate the cost of starting a business. And we put like, yeah, I'm not biscuit out three countries or bills that are there. How long have these things been there? Even if you bought them fresh. So the most important thing you've got to understand is building a business is artisanal, you want to learn the skill, the way around. And those guys, 5, 6, 7, 8 friends pulling money
So these two
together.
people want free
When
courses.
they go to the property
Oh,
owner,
okay.
they'll say,
Because I'm thinking of the time. Now, how many people are going to do that?
cash for this house.
No, I see.
That's
See,
You can give away those
because we are not, we don't
courses
understand
now,
that
see?
concept.
And then we wrap up.
And if you want people to start, your neighbors to start
Next time it's Kalang.
understand that of, you know, building the business.
That is amazing. Unfortunately, now we are pressed for time. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, you can take my number, you know, and you can ask me, girl, what's the problem with your business, Konje? And I'll start afresh, you know, because this is really insightful and it's helpful. And I like the experience you have with businesses, how you failed, learned, and moved on. But me, I don't want to fail like you. I want to learn from you. I think we should also learn how to do that. That I think as a black community, we should learn that you shouldn't do the same mistake that the other person did. Listen, learn, ask for advice, and forward we go with Jesus. Woman, yes. So thank you so much. I'd like you to give them a round of applause as they make their way off stage.